Hello guys, my name is Gray and I'm here doing a Redstone tutorial. Now I apologize if I don't do this that fast or anything. I've literally just built the parts to it over here, just making sure that I can do it by memory, and I'm hoping I get all of it right, but if I don't I can just go back and look over it again. Both of these concepts were gotten from, I apologize, I'm getting messages on Steam, from my cousin, who I haven't talked to him in a long time. Anyways, God, that was just an awkward timing. Shout out to my cousin there. Materials you're going to need are whatever you want your floor to be, which let's just go ahead and stick with sandstone personally because that's what we're using here anyways. Your stairs, which are going to be sandstone stairs, and some redstone materials. Redstone, repeater, redstone torch, sticky piston, regular piston. And now let's go ahead and set up a little wool section over here so that we have the wool that we're going to need for these circuits. Now I'm just going to go ahead and set these over here because what I can do is just middle click on these so that I have them available, but you don't really have to do that obviously. And I just realized I actually did the Windows logo. That was completely unintentional. But anyways, first circuit we're going to do is the yellow circuit. Now the first things we're going to have to do is it's going to be a little bit wide, so go ahead and tear out a little section over here, 4, 5, let's just do 6 wide. 7 for good measure. Now it has to be 2 down, so just go ahead and do that, and tear it back about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just for good measure. So just do that. Once you have that entire area hollowed out, then we can start working. The reason I'm doing this on camera instead of having it prepared ahead of time is because, frankly, I want you guys to actually see what's involved in this. Now, I built this above ground normally, but you really, because of the way this whole circuit works and everything, this is really meant to be underground. So, for this, you're going to want to put something here. I believe that's going to be right. Actually, no. I guess we're going to need to go back just a little bit farther, actually. Let's go back 3 more, and that would be, what, 10? That doesn't seem right. This is actually only back 6 blocks. That'd be 9 blocks. That'll work for now. We'll see if that's actually good enough. Oops. Okay, that should be good enough. So let's just count, make sure I've got this right. I'm looking over here at the example for, so it would be about here that you really want to start building your circuit. So in that case, put wool on this spot here. Basically, you'll have 4 blocks towards where the actual front of this is going to be. This is really all going to be, this part is going to be covered later on, but let's just do that. So 4 blocks out, do this. Then put a repeater facing this direction into a sticky piston. Put a regular piston on top of that one, and then put a piston opposite that, and of course another repeater facing into this. This is going to be your little block switcher. Now, to explain how it works basically is you're going to have a block item here, and this is going to be extended, and it'll swap which one actually is up between each one. So say there's stairs here, it'll go up. When you retract it, it'll come back this way, while this one pushes another block up, say your actual floor, and it'll go up. Anyways, put 2 pistons there, piston there, 2 pistons here, and now you want to go ahead and wire this up like that. The reason for this is it actually doesn't have to be a little bit wider. Ordinarily this would not be here, but this is an update for the whole 1.5 thing, because 1.5 changed things. 2 blocks here, dust here, torch to the back on the side of this, and on the side of this. Now to make this actually work, this needs to be on 4, both of these need to be on 4, and that one needs to be on 2. And now it should work to where, let's just go ahead and grab our stairs, which need to be this direction, because obviously you're going downstairs, and then your actual floor. I do believe that's right, but let me just look over here real quick to make sure that I do actually have the stairs in the right direction. Yes, I do. Okay. I made it originally out of nether brick and quartz stairs because that just looks gorgeous. Anyways, go ahead and put a torch here, and you'll see how it swaps them. So, that's part 1. Actually, staying corrected, I probably should have built this one lower. So actually build this one lower because this is where your staircase is going to be, so it should actually be dug 3 down so that it's actually, instead of doing that, we're obviously just going to do it this way. Just to kind of show you, this is the actual floor height, so it really should be 3 down. I apologize, I wasn't sure how low down it needed to be. Whoops, that was how far down it needed to be, so it actually needs to be seamless with this, because obviously that's going to be where your staircase is, So it actually should be 3 down. So I apologize once again for that. Now, okay, so now we've gotten that part down, we need to actually do the green circuit. Green circuit's not too hard. From here, tear down this, go out and put ones here, put a torch here, redstone dust there, and redstone dust back here. Now you need to bring this out too, and put 2 repeaters there. Now put piston here, and piston here. Your floor, your stairs, whoops, that. And now another sticky piston right here. That'll get this part done, which it really looks awkward having the same material here. You can do whatever you want, but I mean, obviously this makes it feel like corner stairs almost, because, you know, if you know anything about corner stairs, the way it does like this, that's how this feels like it looks, and it just disorients me. So I apologize. Let's see, if I remember right, now we need to just do the opposite part. Now, for this, let's just go ahead and activate, oh right, forget about that, we need a repeater back here, I believe on 4 delay. I apologize for having to go look at this. Yes, on 4 delay. So this repeater on a 4 delay. Now obviously it pushes everything into the right place, so all this is right. Now just go ahead and fill this in like that, because obviously this will hit this side and do that. Now I believe that finishes that circuit, so now we do the blue circuit. Let me just go ahead and look over here just to make sure. I apologize for having to do this. Yep, that would be it on that. So now we need the blue circuit. So let's just go over here, middle click that blue block, so we have it, and now we're on the other side. So here, we're going to tear out these 4 and the one under this. Bring redstone out, straight line all the way through these 3, these 2, put that one on a 4 delay. Now all you have to do is just put the pistons. Now the pistons, first things first, I believe you're going to want, is it one here or down below? I believe it's on top. I really should have looked over this several times beforehand. Yeah, it's on the top, so it'd be in the same spot there. It's what I was pretty sure, but gotta double check just to make sure I'm right. And I apologize if this is disorienting you, it's not meant to. So it's gonna be a regular piston there, then come down here. This is an annoying part to do. So you need 6 sticky pistons here. Now, this is going to be the fun part because obviously we can't see, so we're just going to temporarily tear this out so that we can actually see back here. And we're just going to do it like that so we can actually see what's going on. Now, you're going to want to put a setup like this. Diagonal little bouncing system here. Then you're going to put redstone dust on top of these 2, and repeaters on this one and this one, both on a 4 delay. Put redstone dust there, and now pretty much just fill this in the rest of the way like this. Go ahead and cover up the top of this like so, and cover the back of this. Now you pretty much could cover up the rest of this, but just to show you that this does work, or should work anyways. Something's not quite working right there. Make sure I didn't break it. Oh, right, my bad. I feel slow for this one. On the bottom 3 here, you actually need sticky pistons facing up. My bad. I knew something was wrong there, but that's what you have to do. So it will be like that. You will actually see this when you're going down, but yeah, that's not too big of a deal. Now it should work. Bingo. So now, basically from up here, you wouldn't actually see anything until you deactivated it, and then suddenly you have a staircase going down. So now all you have to do, obviously, is just go ahead and fill this in. I'm going to be doing this in a full method, and obviously your actual input block, or your input switch, is over here. So it's going to be fun to actually work this up to where you can do this from both the inside and the outside, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So now basically just go ahead and fill this in. You really don't have to, but I mean, well, you do if you're building this underground. I really shouldn't for the tutorial, but frankly, because of the way I want to do this, I want to make it realistic for you guys. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, is fill this in. Oops. So now basically you have that, and obviously in order for this to actually work, you have to somehow activate this. That's not really too hard. You can do it in various different ways, but my suggestion is just go ahead and put a block right here with redstone on top of it, because obviously if you activate this by any means, then it'll activate there. Now instead, let's also tear out the block above this right here. And let's just say that this is actually like one wider. Or if you really want to, you probably could do this even in a different way. Otherwise, well, no, because of the way this is located, you really should do it this way. Basically, you want this to go up, and actually you could do it there, so that's even better. My apologies. So let's just fill that up, but instead, obviously, because it's curving up, actually be there, you actually can't have this one closed off unless you do it, well, first of all, do this, and let's just grab a sandstone slab, because if you know anything about redstone, you'll know that that does not actually cut that off, and you can put a button, or a regular spot above that. And now all you have to do is grab a button, or a lever rather, because for this system, obviously, whoop, that was bad. A lever, you have to be able to turn it on, oops, on, so it's like that, or off. So that's how you do it if you just want a lever. But the problem with this is that obviously when you go down, say you have a room down here, let's just go ahead and we could obviously go deeper down, but for right now, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. These don't really have to be made with pistons, obviously, because you're just covering this, so we're just going to do it this way and go in here. Let's just go ahead and go down one more, just for good measure, just to have an actual staircase. Now, let's just say you're down here. Obviously, how do you close this back up behind you? Now, that really is a problem in my opinion, because I mean, sure, you have a little secret staircase unless you're inside. You go in, you can't close it behind you, nobody knows everybody can now see this. So this setup really doesn't work, in my opinion. So instead of this, what we're actually going to do is a little bit more complicated, but not too much more. Leave this system here, and we're going to actually route it down a different direction. This is why you really should have built it 3 down. God, this is screwing me up so hard because of that, but let's just go ahead and build this out a little bit more, just so we have a little platform to say that this is actually floor level. I'm a little bit bad on my measurements, apparently, so once again, my apologies. And I apologize for apologizing so much, too. Anyways, so basically, this is where your redstone is going to be coming from. You will actually want to use redstone slab, because obviously you can cover that, and you will have, instead of a lever, a button here to actually activate what we're going to create, which is a T flip-flop. Now, you want to go ahead and put block here with dust on top of it so that it's actually going out this direction. Now this is a little bit of the challenging part, and you're going to go ahead and wrap it underneath, and we're going to actually build our T flip-flop in a different method instead of using pistons like most people do. Now let's just go ahead and disregard everything for right here, because I mean we can grab what we need. It just makes it easier for me personally. We're going to be using a dropper, a hopper, and a comparator, which are some of the new all 3 actually new blocks from 1.5, and will actually be used quite wonderfully in this system. Now, I have to remember, I'm going to go ahead and tear this out just so I can actually see what I'm doing here, and if I remember, you would have, right, so just to be able to place this, you want the dropper facing down here, so it's actually facing downwards. Another dropper facing over this direction, another dropper facing upwards, and now you want a hopper feeding into that one. Now you just want to put a block here with a comparator, and your wire heading out, but obviously because of the way this works, you really can't do it that way, so you do have to come out one more with a repeater to make it full signal, no matter if there is an item in there, full signal. And then just go ahead and wrap it around this way, and you don't want to actually hit these, so you can use repeaters in my opinion, but basically we're just going to wrap it around like that so that it goes up here. And now it will not activate any of this, so now obviously when this has an item in it, which by the way you will need to do, go ahead and put an item in here and you'll see what happens. Unfortunately this is not working either, so sorry about that. Block there to make sure this repeater actually works. It'll do that. And actually, you don't want to connect it to that. My apologies there. Don't know what I was thinking. This is actually just to activate this whole circuit, which I believe you can do with that. This will actually be going out this direction to activate that, so that right now it's closed. Now if it works right, let's just go ahead and, actually we've already done this, so now it's open, and now it's closed. This is a new kind of T flip-flop you can build, and it's really not hard to build. It just has to have an item in here. In case you're wondering what's happening, I'll try to quickly explain it. When this signal comes in here, obviously it's activating this, and because this is powered, it will also activate any adjacent blocks. As a result, the dropper here is facing down, will deposit into this, and because of the length of the pulse, it'll then deposit into here, and then actually no, it'll just be from here down to here, I believe. Maybe just straight down. Let me go ahead and check that, just to make sure that I'm doing this properly. Okay, no, so we'll actually go ahead and activate for just long enough for this to activate, and then this one to activate, and put it into this one. So now there's nothing in this dropper, it's now in this one, so this signal turns off. When you activate it again, it will deposit into this one, and because hoppers don't need to be powered in order to actually deposit into the next inventory, it'll go straight into this, and because the pulse will now have ended by that point, it will stay in that dropper, thus resulting in the power system because of the comparator. So that's all you need. Let's go ahead and deactivate that, or I guess activate it, and then cover this back up. And now you have your little hidden staircase. So now, obviously, with this whole issue of the fact that I built in the wrong height level, you can press the button, your floor opens up, and you can go down here. Now, you actually have to work in the other part, which of course is the fact that you actually need to have a little bit of a room. So let's just go ahead and make it, we'll do 5. So is that good? We'll go, actually we need to go a little bit farther in. You want to have a little bit of a gap here, in my opinion, because the second part of the way I'm doing this, I'm really not that good with redstone, so I apologize. If you can make this more compact, please, by all means, play around with it, make it work better. If you come up with a more compact recipe for it, then go ahead, send me the video response, and I will check it out. And I will gladly acknowledge you. I don't know. I will actually accept it if I like the way it looks, because any way that I can actually get better at this is definitely good. But now, obviously, you have to figure out how to activate that same piston. Now, in my opinion, obviously 5 really isn't much of a room. But we're going to actually have a system working out here. Now we're just going to go ahead and go 4 blocks down. Remember, this is also 2 blocks, so that was a total of 6 blocks. The reason I'm doing this is obviously we need to find out where this whole circuit over here is. If I remember right, it's... there it is. So we have to actually activate this, so we're going to have redstone running this direction. So I stand corrected. Is this actually 6 blocks? No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. So I was off by 1. My bad. So let's just go ahead and tear that down, refill this, and obviously you just have to do this until you get to, well, let's go ahead and bring it down so we don't have this little awkward thing, because we do actually have to bring it down for the staircase. I don't remember how far down, so I think this should be good enough. Maybe not, maybe I went too far down. I'm disoriented as hell right now. Where am I? Wow, I went way too far down, I think. Actually, I'm really confused. Oh, hang on, is that it? No, that can't be it. Is that it? Wow, I apologize, I am completely lost when it comes to navigating this. What am I doing? Okay, let me just go from the inside here and figure out where I'm going. This height level, this is obviously 6, right? So actually we need to go here. So that's the height level we need to be at. So let me just hit F3 so that I can see where I'm at. That's where the room is, so I'm at 52. Where am I at here? 53. So actually I didn't even need to go down nearly as much as I did. My apologies, that was awful. What was I doing? Let's go ahead and refill all of this. Make sure I'm at the right height level, which would be right about here. So actually we only had to go down one. That was really dumb of me. Okay, we had to go down one more, but whatever. So you can actually just go ahead and tear out a little bit of this, but leave it like this. Now, you're going to need a repeater, maybe say here, run some wire down, more wire, fill that in, and then basically what you're going to have to do is put a block here, redstone dust, 2 blocks, and your button. Because basically all you're doing is activating that T flip-flop, and now it's closed off. Now let's go ahead and put in some lights just so that we actually can see down here. We're just going to go ahead and put 3 actually. So this will work. And now obviously you can activate and deactivate this from the inside. But now again, this interface, this appearance right here looks bad because you have this little thing here, and I don't like the way that looks, personally. So what we're going to do here is actually put in a little hidden piston thing. So let's just go ahead and clear our inventory and grab the things we need, which are going to be sticky pistons, redstone repeater, a redstone torch. I don't think we need regular pistons, only sticky pistons. And we're going to need one of our little blocks for the circuit, which we'll use light blue wool. Now you're going to want to put these here. Oh, never mind, I stand corrected. Let's go one out further, actually, because you're going to want to put them here. Oops. And then here, I believe. And then whatever your wall is, because obviously this will push it and pull it out to flat phase against here. So you do actually want to go ahead and build it out like that. Now we're going to go ahead and go and dig out a little bit back this way so we can see. You can actually probably want to bring this out a little bit further, but you don't have to. Let's just go ahead and tear this out so we can actually be able to see what's going on here. Then you're going to want to put, if I remember right, I don't think I remember right, so let's go ahead and activate this so we can get out. Okay, so it's one there and then one up to the right. Right. No pun intended. So back here, you're going to actually want to put one here and one up there. Now you can go ahead and tear out this little wall so you can see what you're doing. Then put another one here. You're going to put dust here, torch here. Go ahead and tear out this little wall so we can see what's going on here. And as you can see, it pushed those forward. You do want your actual wall here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put like a little hole in the middle of the room so it can fly up and out. Make sure that I've actually got this recipe right. Okay, dust there, repeater, block. Ah, right, because there's a hole there with the whole thing. So it's right next to that. Got it. Now I remember what I'm doing. What am I doing there, though? This is quite awful. Okay, so it's not that one, actually. It's here, right? Did I really just forget again? No, it's not. It is here. So here, you're going to put there. You're going to have another hole here. Just go ahead and knock out these. Another hole here. And another hole here. Now, obviously, you just want to actually tear out these walls. You can put them back up afterwards because this is where your wall is going to be. Now, the hole here, obviously, you have that. So you want to put a block above that. Here, you're going to want to have a repeater on 4-tick delay. You're going to want to have dust here and a torch here with a block on top of it, another torch. You want to have a repeater here, which is a little bit of a challenge, obviously facing on the other side, not the inside of your wall, the outside behind here. That's going to be your input. Now you just want to basically fill in the rest here. Now you want to put blocks here, block, not a block there, I don't believe. It's going to be here, so blocks here, blocks here, more blocks, and now you're going to actually want to have to wire this in, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge because obviously if that's your input, how do you get this to work with this circuit as well? Because obviously now that this is activated, Well, actually it's not right now, so I guess we have to invert it as well, but also get the activation command to go in from there. So what we're going to do that is we're actually going to go ahead and go down and sort of spiral down like this, because we can go underneath. Now, just to make this easier for you guys to see, I'm going to go ahead and grab a potion of night vision so you can see what's going on. I apologize for probably how loud that was. So, obviously, this is your circuit. This one right here is what we're going to actually have to use to send the signal. So because we went down to the right one, we're going to actually be using from this spot here, which would basically be here. So we actually should go ahead and do this, but we can actually probably do it this way, like so. Down, make sure we're at the right height level for this, and I think we only went down spiraled like so. So this should work if I'm doing this right. Bingo. So, obviously now this signal is the input, so we have to bring it from here. Now you want to have a repeater just so that you don't lose the signal, because the signal does decay over a certain amount of blocks. So you just want to bring it around here from this, and now obviously this will go that direction as well. So now, literally all you have to do is just put your walls back up. Which, obviously that's not a wall, that is. Like so. And now, even though that's not done yet, let's just go ahead and activate it. Now, obviously this is closing that, and that's not actually working the way it's supposed to. So something is definitely wrong. Now let's see what the problem is here. Let's come down this way, head over here, go up here, and this circuit... Oh, that's our problem. My apologies. You don't actually want to bring it from here. I figured out what I was doing wrong. It's supposed to go from the T flip-flop. I feel slow for this one. So obviously this is where the circuit's supposed to come in from. So let's just knock that out and put dust down there. Go over this way. Don't actually have to go down at all, so I mean we can... Well, we do actually to some extent, but not. We can do it there. Now we go, if I remember right, it was over here, so we can go up this way. And just for good measure, let's go ahead and go up one more, just because I can't remember where it's at. That doesn't look right. What is that? That's the dropper. So we actually have to go farther up than that. Oh, no we don't. Technically we don't, because we're trying to get the signal from this. So we actually have to go over one more. So just go ahead and knock this out. So this is actually where we do need to put the block, knock this one out. So as we saw, we actually put the redstone to come here. I'm running out of night vision. Put the block here. Whoops, probably should do that after we're here. Then redstone dust coming out this way. Now you can go ahead and fill all that back in, because you don't really want to see any of that, do you? That just doesn't look good. Go ahead and put a repeater here, just so we don't lose signal, like I said, and bring it out that way. That is how the circuit should actually be done. Wrong direction. This repeater should face that way, not the way it was facing. Now you can fill this in, like so. That should connect straight to that, nothing else, because this button should only be connected to the, what is that? T flip-flop. Now let's just go ahead and kind of tunnel down so we can get back to our room. I want to make sure that I'm doing this properly. Now, of course, did I make sure to put the inverter properly or no? If I didn't, I will show you what problem is there. So, that's very easy to fix. Literally, all you have to do here is, like right here, get rid of that, do that. That's exactly what you have to do. And now, put this back, and now activate that button. Go ahead and close this part off. And now, obviously, you can go upstairs, and in my opinion, just to make this look nicer, let's go ahead and though this isn't. Sigh. Fill in these little holes here that we don't need. And let's just drag this out a little bit more. We only need like 2 blocks. That'll work. Just to make this look nicer, grab our stairs. Is that gonna look right? Like that. And that just to me looks nicer. So basically now you can activate the button. That will now close off, and obviously if you were to look at it from the top back here, it's closed off here as well. The good thing is, obviously, even if you're outside for some reason, or if you want somebody else to come in, they can press that button and then also still be able to get in. So now it's activated from both sides by a T flip-flop, a little fallout shelter with sliding piston door, hidden of course, and a hidden piston staircase. So that was how you build it. I apologize for how convoluted this explanation was. Hopefully you guys have actually been able to follow along. I will try to probably do a better version of this video, maybe try to figure out how to make this more compact and not as much of a mess as it was. But there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for watching. My name is Gray, and it's been a pleasure.